Coach Vigen, congratulations on victory number 2. Sean Chambers showed what he could do out there, particularly running the football and throwing a little bit.
Yeah, it was good to get him in the open field a couple times and know that he's more than capable of doing that. And obviously with our tailback situation, utilizing him and our receivers was going to be part of this plan without stacking up a whole bunch of carries for Tommy. So, yeah, I think he obviously showed he's more than capable of hitting some home runs. It was good to see.
Guys?
Speaking of that situation, you guys down 4 running backs now, and you saw what Chambers was capable of putting up today. Are there going to be more situations where you're throwing him in there just to run the ball?
Well, we gotta figure out how to run the football, and you want to get your guys out there that are capable of making plays. I think he's certainly one of them. Marquis, Taco, Cleveland, Willie for that matter. I mean, so we can spread some things out. So yeah, we're gonna have to be creative as far as that goes. It's unfortunate the situation we're in, but that's what we're in, and we got to find a way to do it. You just can't put your head in the sand.
Do you have any update on Jared?
I'll have an update on Monday. I imagine something he's going to be out for a little while. You come out of a boot. That's not the greatest sign, so I'll find out more and let you guys know Monday.
Anything with Garrett Kuhn? Any update on him?
That's a good question. We've been waiting on getting him back and going, and he had a really good spring and has just been halted through the course of fall. So I'm hopeful we can have him back sooner than later. I'll kind of fill you guys in a little bit more on Monday with that.
I know tackling last game was a little bit of an issue. You feel like you guys made some improvements, and what did you do there to get better, you think?
I think at first glance, yes. I think a lot of it's playing with better leverage. It's guys gang tackling, getting several guys to the football. It seemed like we were doing that. I think we were in better position. I think last week, whether it's leverage or positioning, just wasn't what it needed to be. So no, I think we tackled better. I thought we flew around on defense. Wasn't perfect. I think we played everybody that we had on defense. That was good to see. A couple of those guys out there at the end, still holding that standard and keeping them at bay in the fourth quarter was good to see.
It was obviously a lot of quick touchdowns to start the game. How am I supposed to see that kind of execution?
Yeah, it was good just to take the football down the field and score offensively to set the tone, and then we turned them over 2 times in a row. You get short fields, I think, and they both resulted in touchdowns. Now, the flip side is I don't think we developed a lot of rhythm offensively in that first quarter, and then that maybe spilled a little bit into the second quarter. But I know we didn't punt all night, all day, I should say. Turned it over more than we would like, obviously. I think we completed the ball better with Tommy. That was one thing we were definitely looking at. They stayed pretty aggressive, so it's one of those games where and you probably could throw it 50 times just based on their alignments. But I thought our receivers, one thing that stood out to me is the run after catch was great to see this afternoon. Ravi, Willie in particular, our tight ends, stretching the field. We got a tight end with 98 yards receiving. That's pretty damn good. So excited to see that. Keep getting these people off my back for not throwing to the tight end.
You guys had good offensive execution on pretty much everything. Good on third down, good in the red zone. Really, I guess the only thing to harp on would be those turnovers. So how do you clean that up whenever you go to face some tougher opponents like Oregon State?
Yeah, we're sitting here 2 games. We've turned it over 5 times. Last one we throw Tavian Williams in running back. Want him to hang on to the football, I guess. Tavian hasn't played a lick of running back all fall camp. He's done a little bit on the scout team. The tip ball interception, we'll have to see what Sean could have done differently on that. And then the other one, it looked like their guy made a better play than we did, and maybe should have won after that. So no question, one of our calling cards has to be our ability to protect the football and take it away. So 2 games in, I think we're even in that situation, and that's not going to be good enough to win football games, especially when the opponents become different.
You've talked about Taco's confidence as a punt returner. What was it like to see him take one back for a touchdown today?
Yeah, that was great. He's got really good ability to not only make good decisions like we talked about last week, but then to really do something when he gets in his hands. So to to do that, to score on special teams, to go up 28 there in the first quarter, last play of that quarter was a good thing to see, because I think there's more of that to come now. On the flip side, at the end, him fair catching the ball at the 3 was not part of the plan. So as a young player, I think those opportunities for him to continue to grow, but we're really confident in him, and I don't think that's the last time he'll make a play in a punt return game.
How about Sebastian Valdez? He had a hot start. He had, I don't know, numerous plays.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, that played a bunch last year, was a starter for a good part of the season, but certainly in the shadows of Chase and Daniel and Amandre, and felt like, he had a tremendous offseason, tremendous winter, first of all, just on a mission, and I think that's shown up. He's added a bunch of weight and strength to a really quick. He's really got really quick feet and everything. So, I think he's a guy that's going to continue to be a force, and we'll need him to be.
Your defense put them in 23rd downs, then converted 6. What does that tell you that unit is doing well, maybe particularly on those first 2 downs?
Yeah, just keeping them in second and long situations. One, like, there was a lot of short yardage scenarios, if I can recall. I think we challenge our guys. No matter who we're playing, what their first score was, anything like that, we have to come out and raise the bar ourselves. And I thought we did that in particular. Let's say the first quarter and a half. I think defensively, they had that one sequence in the first half where they made a couple plays, but by and large, we shut them down, and we played a lot of guys, and that was another charge for our defensive staff, is let's do this and let's play more guys. And I think we did that. Now, does that mean some of those younger guys are have arrived? I don't know about that, but I think the more you play them, the closer they get to getting where you want them to, and today was a good step there.
How did you feel like Drew played in Simmons' absence?
Yeah, I think he did all right. I know he had a couple balls maybe caught on him. I think I tackled well. I do think that's a strength of Drew's, and there was a couple bang catches, if I remember correctly. But Drew's a guy that we're going to need. He was in the rotation that first game, and to get a start in Simeon's place, he's got to be in position to do that. So we'll get Simeon back this next week, and Drew will be playing, and that was good. And I think Tyrell getting out there a bunch, he hopefully gained some traction as well. So having 4 corners that can go out there and play is something we need, quite honestly.
What did you think of your receivers today? It felt like they kind of stepped up once Jared White went down, taking handoffs or running sweep plays. What were your thoughts on that?
I think all those guys are more than capable of doing what they did, and we had that was part of the plan. Kind of regardless of Jared going down. So they did a good job after they got those opportunities. And then I thought, I mentioned it before, I thought they did a really good job after the catch. Robbie was hard to bring down. Willie scored it out there after, on his second touchdown. And the more those guys, can do that kind of stuff after the catch, boy, that hurts the defense. So, really pleased with the way that top group played today.
Just how much do you think, when you recruit and you go to the transfer portal in the offseason, how much do you think about something like this where you have so many guys out? How much is that kind of, I guess, in your mind as worst case scenario, we got to be prepared?
Worst case scenario, I don't know. We're probably there. You know what? You try to have a certain amount of guys at each position that you feel like can play, and that was our intent in going to the transfer portal, and and also just getting guys that we felt like would really fit in here. And I think that's first off. I think all the guys we brought in, whether it was spring semester or this summer, they've fit in really well. They've taken to this team. They're part of this team, and it's been good in a couple games to see those guys, feel comfortable. They're Bobcats now. They're not wherever they came from. They're Bobcats now, and we need those guys to continue to make plays. What's happened at the running back position? You can't explain it sometimes. Why that happens, and we just have to have a plan moving forward. There's a lot of season left, and I do think we'll get guys back, but just how quickly we'll have to see.
Will there also be an update Monday on Lane? Is there anything more you can say about him?
Yeah, maybe from a timeline perspective, yeah, he got bumped and went down kind of awkwardly. Stuck his hand in the ground and hurt his elbow a little bit. So we'll have to see where that's at. It's like I said, it's unfortunate. It was we weren't tackling or anything like that. He got hung up and went down, and that's the way it goes sometimes.